We're back. It's News Talk and Decision 2019 coverage tonight of the Rome mayoral race. We welcome incumbent Mayor Jackie Izzo. Thanks for coming in and getting ready for this June 25th primary. We had a few questions that, a lot of our viewers had reached out to us about, and in the newsroom we kind of put these together, and we just really wanted to ask you flat out is, do you feel the city is in a better place now than what it was before you were elected, and how?
Most definitely. We are making progress in economic development. We have probably more investment in our community right now than we've had prior to when Griffiths was an active Air Force base. We have put a lot of emphasis on downtown redevelopment. Obviously winning the DRI, the $10 million, was a big stepping off point, but we have projects going in every sector of our city, and that's important. We have a $25 million housing project being built in South Rome. We've got a $16 million one proposed for downtown. Another $20 million investment on Griffiths, our first mixed-use development project there, commercial and residential development, happening on the corner with Stewart's. So we've got a lot of things happening. You
bring up the DRI. Let's talk about that $10 million from the state. And again, the city of Rome winning those funds. How do you feel the projects are progressing? I know that's kind of hard to pick and choose how that money is going to be spent. Do you feel like the right projects are happening?
Oh, yes. We are just now starting to get projects off the ground. What people don't understand is there's a process with the state. And so all the projects have to be vetted, and then you have to get contracts. But the Liberty George garage is on the ground. That'll be a surface parking lot here quite soon. We are beginning the city green and the city hall improvements, the Capitol Theater. Everybody has their contracts, and we will be in a development phase there now, construction phase, for probably the next 3 years.
What are your priorities for the next 4 years?
Well, we want to continue with economic development. Housing, we are not successful yet in housing the workforce that's at Griffiths. We have almost 6,000 employees there, and only about 30% of them live in Rome. So we are really working on a lot of housing options that are closer to Griffiths. The Building 240 project with Bonacci is one of them. Woodhaven will be the second one. That's going to be quite a development corridor there with our new Y.
What do you do to reach out to businesses? I know we're often texting and emailing back and forth. Hey, is this rumor true? Is that rumor true? What are you doing? What is your administration doing to entice businesses to come to Rome?
Well, you would be surprised that one of the first things that you need to do is make your city look welcoming, so that when a business does locate here, that they feel as though the community takes a lot of pride in itself. So we make sure our city is clean, that our crime rate is low. The quality of life amenities, we're working on those, so that we're creating more quality of life. That's why the City Hall Green project is so important. So after you move here, what can you do? And then we don't let any phone call or email or letter go without a response. We follow up on every lead that we have, and it's paying off because you're seeing development.
The school district, the Rome City School District, they do their own budgeting separate from the city, but how do you look at the Rome schools and, get involved? Especially this year, we talked a lot about how they had cost-saving measures, cutting staff, cutting programs. So does the school district work with the administration at all, or does the administration step in and say, hey, what can we do? How involved are you with the schools?
There is no facet of the community that the mayor doesn't touch, and the school district is one of them. So I have a really good working relationship with the superintendent, Peter Blake. And yes, I was working behind the scenes and still am on funding for them and being an advocate for programs that they might require. We don't have direct responsibility for the school district, as you mentioned. It's a separate district with a board. But anything that I can do as an advocate or to help with funding from Albany, we're involved behind the scenes, and it's quite intense. But I think that our district is doing well. There's a perception problem sometimes that other districts are better than ours might be. We have a great city school district. Our kids are going to college all over the United States. And I remind people, the commissioner of baseball is from Rome, New York.
Mayor Jackie Izzo here, the incumbent in this Rome mayoral race. The Republican primary happening on June 25th. Mayor Izzo being challenged by David Mattoon. We're back with more after this.